Just think for a moment, what would happen to the other kids if a Shaolin monk went to school? Our story today is going to be just that. The story begins with a boy named Lei, who used to learn Kung Fu in a Shaolin monastery. He had been training there since birth. One day, Lei went to the monastery temple and asked for forgiveness. At that very moment, a warrior attacked him from the side. Lei was startled by the attack, but somehow he managed to block it. The warrior threw him against the wall, but Lei jumped up and returned, striking the warrior in the chest while still in the air, defeating him within moments. Then came a swordsman. Lei defeated him too with his skills. After that, he moved towards the third warrior, who was meditating. But hearing Lei's footsteps, he threw his rosary beads towards the glass, blinding Lei and causing him to fall. The warrior had almost won, but Lei slipped and survived. Then a fierce fight began between the two. In the end, Lei emerged victorious. Afterwards, the monastery teacher informed him that he had shown the most skill in the test, so he would get the opportunity to go to a new school in the city. In the city, he would stay with a family of 3, consisting of 2 children and their father. That person was actually a scientist who knew the monastery teacher from before. Then Lei set off for the new city. On the other hand, at school, 15-year-old Frank was a taekwondo player. His younger sister, Shan, loved her brother very much. The school's taekwondo club was managed by Lan. She would watch Frank's matches and point out his weaknesses so that he could improve. Lan's brother was a complete glutton. He always thought of nothing but food. The 4 of them were very good friends and lived nearby. Dr. Hen was always in his lab. His wife had passed away a few years ago, so now he kept himself busy with work all the time. He was building a special device, which the city's thugs had their eyes on. Dr. Hen sent a gift for the children, but Lan was not happy because her father wouldn't be coming home again today. In fact, the gift box contained the device that the thugs wanted to steal. Just then, Lei arrived, and Lan took him to show him his room. Meanwhile, the thugs captured Dr. Hen. The thugs' boss, Larry, threatened Dr. Hen and demanded the device from him. The doctor said that he didn't have any such device. He explained that he was working on an AI technology through which his children would be able to talk to a robot with their mother's voice. But Larry didn't believe him. He learned from the CCTV footage that he had sent the device home. Then Larry assigned 2 new thugs to retrieve it. The 2 of them were very happy, because this was their first mission since becoming thugs. They changed their appearance with strange clothes and stood outside Lan's house. One of them decided to go inside, but the other said that the children would go to school tomorrow, and they would snatch it from them then. At home, Lei was learning the new city rules. He watched Lan watching a taekwondo match, and he liked the game too. At night, while he was meditating, Yu was playing video games loudly, which caused a quarrel between them. But after a while, they both started playing video games together. Meanwhile, when Lan opened the gift box in her room, a panda keychain came out of it. She didn't know that it was actually a panda pen drive, for which the thugs were desperate. When Lan pressed the button, the panda asked her for a password. Immediately, Lan said, "What password?" And that was set as the password. Then, after turning the panda on, she learned that it contained her mother's artificial intelligence integrated voice. The next morning, Lei, Yu, and Lan set off for school. The 2 thugs, waiting for the children to go outside, started following them, and that's when they noticed the panda hanging from Lan's bag. On the way, Lan met Frank. At that very moment, a thug stealthily tried to steal the panda and flee. Just then, Lee caught the thug with his skills. Now Frank also joined him, and together they beat up the thug badly. But the thug still didn't give up, and was running away again after stealing the panda, when they all together stuffed him into a garbage drum and taught him a good lesson. Then at school, the children in Lei's class were surprised to see a Shaolin warrior. They started asking the madam, will he ever be able to marry? They started asking him strange questions like, "Hey brother, show us some kung fu, won't you?" "Yes, just once. Show us some kung fu, brother." Saying this, they teased Lei. Then the teacher calmed them down and said, "Do all the mischief during the games period, now focus on studying." During the games period, their coach informed them that their skills test would be held next month, and only those who passed it would be able to go to the next class. Hearing this, Yu's condition worsened because he was very fat. God knows how difficult it was for him to walk. Then the coach asked everyone to run a 100-meter race. Lei finished 2 laps before the scheduled time, while the other children hadn't even completed 1 lap. After that, they were asked to do push-ups, in which Lei was already skilled. He did more than 100 push-ups, while the other children couldn't even do 2. Later, he even started doing push-ups with 1 hand. Seeing his skill, all the children started jumping. Then came the turn for the high jump. This was child's play for Lei. Poor Yu fell flat on his face. Over there, Larry had Dr. Hen tied to a chair and kept hitting him with golf balls. At night, the 2 thugs found an opportunity and entered Lan's house. Just then, Lei noticed them and hid behind a toy to scare them. But they soon saw him and, seizing the opportunity, attacked him. When Lan reached there, the thugs stole the panda and fled. Lei told Lan and Yu the whole incident, but both of them thought he was joking. After this, we see that the two thugs are lying down with golf balls stuffed in their mouths. Actually, they mistakenly stole a perfume that looked similar to the panda instead of the panda itself. So Larry got very angry because he had to sell the device to a company within 3 days. So Larry punished them by hitting them with golf balls and then threatened them, saying, "Bring me the panda as soon as possible, otherwise both of you will die." The next day at school, all the children were watching Frank's taekwondo competition. Yu and Shanshan were sitting in the back talking to two ugly girls. Actually, these girls were none other than the two thugs, who had come there in disguise. Seeing the panda in Lan's bag, the two were waiting for the right moment to steal it. Just then, Lee challenged Frank to a competition. All the children moved forward to watch this fun competition. Taking this opportunity, the thugs tried to steal the panda from the bag, but in the process, their fake hair fell off. Meanwhile, a fierce fight was going on between Frank and Lei in the competition. Both were skilled in fighting, so neither could defeat the other. Finally, both finished the competition. At that very moment, everyone saw the two thugs stealing the panda. Then all the children attacked them together, but this time they threatened to hit a child and ran away with the panda device. Then the children went to the principal together and informed the police about the whole incident. Lei blamed himself for everything, because if he hadn't challenged Frank, Lan wouldn't have moved away from her bag, and the panda wouldn't have been stolen. But the other children comforted him and told him not to think like that. Finally, Larry got his hands on the pen drive and ran a program on the computer with it. But it required a password to use, which he didn't know. He called some programmers and asked them to crack the password, but the whole day passed and nothing happened. Then Larry beat up Dr. Hen a lot to tell him the password, but Hen said he didn't know the password. Then the thugs went to pick up Lan. Meanwhile, it was Lan's birthday today, so everyone left Lan alone at home to buy gifts. Just then, Lan received a message from her father saying that he had come outside the house. Lan thought her father was going to surprise her, so she quickly opened the door, and just then, the thugs kidnapped her. At that very moment, Lei and his friends saw Lan in a car and chased after them on their bicycles. Finally, everyone reached Dr. Hen's lab, and Lan started crying. Over there, Larry and his business partner were arguing, because Larry was going to sell the special device tomorrow, but he still didn't know its password. Now in anger, Larry held a knife to Lan's throat and asked her for the password. Lan replied, "What password?" And immediately the program started. This was because when she opened the panda, she had said, "What password?" and that had been set as the password. On the other hand, Lei and his friends also reached there and knocked out the two thugs who were outside. But then they faced a bodybuilder, who was also a dangerous fighter, so even Lei and Frank together couldn't defeat him. Inside the lab, just before Larry's deal was finalized, Yu quietly freed his sister and father. Then Lei reached there and confronted the thugs. At that moment, Larry tried to escape outside with the bag containing the pen drive. But Dr. Hen, Yu, and Lan started beating him. Then Frank joined Lei to face the bodybuilder, and with their combined skills, they finally managed to defeat him. After that, the police arrived there and arrested all the thugs. Later, the principal gave Lei and Frank medals for their bravery. And at this moment, the movie ends. So friends, let us know in the comments how you liked the video. And yes, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe at all. Bye bye, take care.